T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
That was a very un-horror movie, Todd.
Sorry. I'm the first one killed in the
Yeah, we could jump into the running car. We could go into the barn with all the chainsaws. Yeah. I love those commercials. Those are great.
Yeah, they are good.
Welcome to episode 51 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Right? Or is this
52.
52, sorry.
52.
52 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Welcome to my compatriots, Brady Liming and Todd Griffin.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm running with it.
All right. We welcome you. We welcome the 8 now people, 9. And room is filling up. 10 people chime in, as always. Sign in on the guest register to let us know you're here. And as always, feel free to chime in as we go through in the show. Your input helps us to be what we are. And Brady's already gone. All right. Well, he'll be back, hopefully. All right. Miss Wilson is in the house.
Hello, Miss Wilson.
It's a little wavy. Mr. Heron, welcome.
Hello, James.
All right. And
Look how quick you swapped. Well, not quite. So say, look how quick you switched that. But
sleight of hand.
now I'm
Sleight of
you,
hand.
you're
Very
me.
nice.
All right. Josh Michael, welcome
Hello,
back.
Josh.
Been a while since you've been here, Josh, I think. All right. Again, this is episode 52 of the Play By Ear podcast. We want to invite you to visit our website at www.playbyearpodcast.com.
Got it.
And you can register for updates on our show. You have to just go to the webpage, scroll all the way down, and then you can put your email address in, and you can get our email newsletter. And, you know, I have this capability of putting up the website on our screen, and I've never done that.
Do it.
Ooh.
Do it.
I'm going to do that.
Do it. Do it.
Can we make the hand motion, Todd? The old do it.
Sweet. So
What day is it? I'm getting all confused on the day. It's Tuesday tonight, right?
It is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. There's the website.
Ooh.
And as I said, if you scroll all the way down, actually you can do it here because I kind of rearrange things, but you can register right there, right near the top of the page, or you can also scroll on down and register at the bottom. But either way, right at the top of each page, our audio feed, our video feed, our calendar, which as you see, episode 52 is there on our calendar, and episode 52 will be released on audio on the 19th on Friday, as always, at 3 a.m. That's when we release those. So, by the way, we got our audio feed fixed. We mentioned that last week. We had a little glitch in that, but it's all back now. Go on back if you haven't had the opportunity. Listen to episode 50, episode 51, Then again, 52 will be up on Friday.
Man, we are indeed high-tech rednecks. Look at that.
We're
Fancy schmancy.
definitely rednecks, that's for sure.
Looks good. Good work, Fiscus.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. Our tech man.
All right. So if you don't know how the show works, if you've never been here with us before, we each come to the table with a topic. We will talk 20 minutes on that topic or thereabouts-ish. I guess I should just say ish. That's kind of where it is because we never really stay in those boundaries, but it's kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, a way to,
Self-discipline.
or outside discipline because we have no self-discipline, I guess.
That is true.
But that's what we have. We had not talked about these topics previously other than to say, hey, what are you doing? And literally, with Brady, it was about 30 seconds before we went on, hey, what are you doing? So we'll all find out together. And Brady, as we see on the screen, he's first. Todd is second. Now, why am I going to swap us now?
Yeah, there you go.
What do you have in your hand there, Todd?
Oh, I always have my little dude here. Yeah.
It didn't look like that. My mind has been ruined by the little chew toys that's being left around my house by the puppy. It looked like a chew toy. And I'm like, cool chew toy. That's on my floor right now.
Yeah, this is just my little stressed dude.
Stressed dude.
In case I get stressed out talking with y'all.
Oh, hey, it happens. Join the list.
All right, Brady, you're up.
All right. So we are here to talk about something. I'm an optimist. I like to be chill. But sometimes some things really grind our gears, and we're revisiting pet peeves. It's that time of year. Well, what day isn't it time of the year for pet peeves, right?
It's that time of the day.
That time of day. So this comes from a list that just generally pet peeves, things that annoy people horribly. And this tends to be like the anthology list. And I'm going to start off with the first one. And it is, I'm just going to call it food shaming.
So hang on one second. So we're revisiting, just to throw in there, the last pet peeves episode we did, we were sharing our pet peeves.
Yes.
So this is a little different format, I believe. If you have a list, we're probably not going to be sharing ours. Is that right, Brady?
That is correct. We're going from this this other list, and we're going to chime in, and we're going to give our 2 or 3 cents. And see what you guys think, too. Like, is this something that annoys you? Is this a pet peeve? Or is this just something that somebody's blowing smoke about on the list and they need to loosen up?
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve.
Rhymes with chicken Kiev.
Don't say it.
Vamit.
But by the way, on the last poster, did you like the Vamit clip art that I found?
I did,
That was
yes.
outstanding.
I still think the poster should have just been your foot, and that's it.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised we had no takers on that. We had no...
Oh, you don't want to be a taker.
Uh,
So, and I'm sorry, I was starting with food shaming. Now, if you're not sure what food shaming is, the way this defines it as when somebody tries to tell you to eat something that you know very well that you don't like. Now, this isn't something, try this for the first time. No, this is something that you know you don't like. It would be like, hey, Brady, try this tuna fish salad. You'll love it. No, I hate tuna fish salad. It's white, it's fish, and I don't like it. No, go ahead. You'll love it if you try it. No,
Well,
I will vomit. And then, therefore, that is where it becomes.
What? You should have... He's gone.
Go ahead, Todd.
I was getting ready to light his ass up. He shouldn't start with food, first off, because we'll spend this entire this entire topic about food.
Yes.
He's a food shamer the other way.
Yes.
There you are.
Yeah.
We're talking about you behind your back.
Brady, I said you shouldn't have started with food. We won't get beyond food, I can guarantee it. Because you are a food shamer.
No.
The opposite, yes, the opposite way.
No, I don't try to impose my will. I'll say, don't eat. No, you can't eat that white stuff. I just might make an opined face that I don't like the white stuff, but I won't
Meaning
say.
if someone is eating it near you, you're basically vomiting right
Yeah.
the whole time
Well,
they're eating it.
it's like, I won't stand up at the table and point my finger and it's like, you gad, you scoundrel, get that ranch away from me. I'll just let you enjoy it, but I won't shame you about it. So, but no, like you've had it happen. You know you don't like something, and somebody's like, "Come on, you'll love it. Don't be like that." No, I've been like that. I'll yak. Stop.
When I say I got a yak, I don't mean I got a hairy buffalo living in my backyard.
It never gets old.
It doesn't, yes. I'm sure it does to our audience, but to us it doesn't.
Todd, because that's about the third or fourth time, could you give them a heads up what you're talking about?
I actually don't remember what it's from. I think it's from Ren and Stimpy.
I think it is.
No, that's Yak Shaving Day.
That's National Yak Shaving Day.
That's different, yeah. I can't remember what that's from. If anyone
and you leave your
knows.
shaving scum on the sink. But anyway.
So, but is a little bit of food shaming okay if it's something you haven't tried?
Okay.
What if you are jumping the gun on not liking it just because you don't think you would like it?
Well,
are you okay with a little bit of?
No, and that's okay. That's okay. It's like, hey, have it. Like, I know you guys aren't Indian food fans, or maybe not. So if I said, hey, try this tandoori chicken, and you guys might have no idea what it is, it's like, come on, you've never tried it. But if
now,
I
be careful here, we have a large Indian fan base.
Oh, and let me be totally. I love Indian food. And it's not that they dislike it; they just haven't had much occasion to eat it. Am I correct?
That's correct.
I am honestly, at my current age, I am pretty much a person that will try anything food wise. So it doesn't mean I would like it, but I would try it. You're right. I just haven't gotten to try it. But I would be willing to bet if there were a food category you didn't like, even if you've never had it, you wouldn't try it.
If it had any creamy sauce on it, you're not having it, even if you've never tried it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was talking about. It's like, if you've never had tandoori chicken, it's like, oh, try it. And if but Eric, if I said, Eric, here's this Big Mac, try it. You'll love it. You will love it.
Yeah, I did. See, that doesn't even fall in the rank. I have a history with Big Macs, like Bob's Chicken Kiev.
But if somebody, if you say that, it's like, oh, I had a bad experience. They should let it go. They shouldn't keep at you like a dog on a bone. So.
Here's the only retort for someone who won't try food that you want. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what's good. That's what you need to say.
Oh,
you don't know what's good, and then
I find that offensive.
You are not smart enough, or
I do know what's good. Thank you very much. And you may have a different, but yes, I know what's good, and I know it ain't that.
Yeah.
No.
Tuna fish salad. I've never heard anybody call it tuna fish salad.
Hold on, you're saying that wrong.
Tuna fish salad.
Harish salad.
Fist.
Tuna fist salad.
I've never heard because we've talked about people calling it tuna fish before and codfish and why that doesn't make any sense.
Beef cow.
But people don't usually say tuna fish salad.
Chicken
they just
bird.
say tuna salad.
Correct.
Also, they don't say fish salad. That just sounds gross.
And now I'm getting ready to dive down my rabbit hole of lupine excursion of no, that's not a salad. No salad.
Spread. It's a spread.
It is a spread.
It's a sandwich spread.
Indeed.
All right, Brady.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. By the way, I'll give one of you guys $5 if you order the grilled chicken bird the next time you go through it. Okay, so the next on the list is talking during a movie.
Talked all through the movie.
So, this isn't breaking new ground. This is always near the top of every list. It says the purpose of going to see a movie is to experience the film, not the person talking behind it. Now, everybody can tolerate a little bit. We've laughed about bad experience. We've had bad experiences at the movies. Like, is that person gonna die? Is that person gonna? No, I'm not even talking about like a little bit of cell phone light or anything. I'm talking about like people talking.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to sound like an ageist here, but typically it is a certain age group that frustrate me at a movie, and typically it's a certain kind of movie. It's two genres. So I'm gonna follow
Eric,
up my.
You look nervous.
I'm gonna follow up my ageist. Wait, here's the thing. I have 2 teenagers, so I feel like I somewhat have some room to talk here. But typically, it's teenagers at movies that bug me, and typically it's teenagers during scary movies where one person will act way more scared than they need to be, and then the 20 people with him will laugh out loud for 15 minutes every single time the scary person jumps. We have a good friend of ours who's a very jump scares and stuff, really scare, and her reaction is usually quite humorous, but we don't ruin everybody else's movie in the theater by laughing about it for 15 minutes at a time each time. But then what happens is, then you laugh at the person, and then that person does it even more. And I'm not talking to our friend. I'm saying this is my pet peeve. That person does it more and more and more to try to get. Now it's about the laugh. It's not about being scared. And my second least favorite genre when it comes to people ruining it is comedies. Because people will laugh out loud. First off, you should be able to stifle a laugh. Keep it down in your belly.
Do it.
Yeah, you don't laugh out loud to where, especially with a lot of comedies that are bang, 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 like a lot of funny stuff, and you miss the next 17 jokes because the person is still laughing at the one joke. I can't tell you how many movies I've watched later at home, and I'm like, I don't even remember this at all in the theater. I don't remember that line. I don't remember that joke. I don't remember. And it's because somebody was ruining it for me.
Do you know the movie that is the most true about, but I don't blame anybody because I was just as bad during that one was South
I know what you're going to say.
movie.
South Park the movie. Yes,
Yeah.
we were like, we were.
Guffawing.
That we were. But let me make up for my ageist comment there. Yes, I was dogging on teenagers there a little bit. But the last time I was at a movie where I remember that being a big deal, it was actually older people. I would say mid-50s to Brady's gone. I would say mid-50s to mid-60s. It was a group of about 20 people, and they were extremely loud the entire movie. They talked out loud almost like they were just like we are now. So it is not only teenagers, but so I guess I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to hating on people at movies. And as much as I love to talk, I am dead silent at a movie typically. I don't like talking in the room with me when there's a movie. I don't like talking. I don't want my kids talking in their bedrooms. I don't want anybody talking when there's a movie on. I don't want the neighbors talking. I don't want dogs outside barking. Crickets need to shut it.
Stifle his legs. The most embarrassed I've ever been in a movie where I was trying to stifle a laugh, and I made the worst whoopee cushion bilabial fricative. I was holding it back, and I'm like, and I couldn't hold it. And it was really bad. And then I got to laughing at myself, and then our friend Doug, we got to laugh, and it was during this one particular scene in Private Parts by Howard Stern, which wasn't that great of a movie, but this one scene, like I lost it, and I was trying to hold it so bad, and I ended up making 2 times as much more noise than I intended to.
Yeah.
So is that, Todd, you say you should be able to stifle your laugh. Now,
Yeah.
Brady made more noise than he needed to when he tried to stifle his laugh.
It's true. Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you for correcting me. Stifle was the word I was looking for. I said stiffen. I was getting my words mixed up.
It's an Archie Bunker word.
My ageism was affecting my my thought pattern.
Your judgment.
But yeah, if I was going to make you feel uncomfortable with that, here we go. I'll make you feel uncomfortable. One of the movies that stands out in my head that I remember being super annoyed was The Passion of the Christ. I went to see it at Maysville, and there was a lady beside me who felt like she had to give the people with her an out loud Bible lesson the entire movie. So like every character, now there's Judas. Now there's, and it was like, and then every time it showed Jesus, it was bless his heart. Oh, bless his heart. It was just out loud the entire time. And while I appreciate the emotion, not what I want to hear while I'm watching a movie the entire time.
So did she give her Bible lesson in King James?
I don't, you know me. I don't know.
It's Judas. He hath who come from Iscariot.
Yeah,
it was with Jesus since age 28. You know that kind of thing.
While I respected the fact that yeah, exactly. Well, I respected the fact that she was overwhelmed by emotion, but it was the entire movie, and it was out loud. She wasn't even trying to whisper. It was just, oh, bless his heart, bless his heart. Here comes, bless his heart. I'm like, all right, I know the story, I know what's going to happen, but I still want to watch. I want to watch it for myself here.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Comments.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about the comments.
Yes, Kirsten, welcome.
Hey, Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten.
Wait, was your nose itching, Kirsten?
Nose itching.
Is that, or your ears itching? What happens? What ringing? What happens when someone's talking about you?
Your ears burn,
Ears burn.
Here's burn, yeah.
or depending. Never mind.
All right. So Miss Wilson, her daughter was at a friend's house. It happened to be on a sibling's birthday. Kelsey, her daughter, hates cake, but the dad, who happens to be a bit muscular and intimidating, insisted that Kelsey had a piece of cake.
You will eat cake.
Eat that cake.
Yeah. When you run it backwards, like where it's like read your cake.
That is Ron White, Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. No wonder I wanted to say it in a southern drawl when I start to say it every time.
When I say I got a yak, Todd's line was Ron White line. Gary Troutman, that is true. MST3K and riff tracks are example of okay to talk during a movie.
Yes.
And we are so much fans of that we love them and actually a big influence on us.
Well, let's be
But,
honest. Those aren't movies
yeah.
that you really need to. The movie. If you were just watching the movies without
That movie's
the,
awful.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're ready
Gary,
for sorry, go ahead.
I got a lot of comments here.
Laugh shaming.
Gary says laugh shaming, yeah, during the movie. And Jim says Todd's a buzzkill. Becky, hello from Monmouth, Illinois, in the Central Time Zone.
Home of the drain cleaners. It was from Illinois, so I'm sure they had a crazy mascot.
The Scots. That's the college.
Scots.
Yes, Kirsten's ears were burning. Matt Young.
Hello,
Happy
Matt.
Happy
belated birthday,
birthday.
man.
Yes, happy belated birthday, my friend. Anne-Marie, what gets me about going to movies is when you are so into the movie and someone who has seen the movie talks about what is going to happen next.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
where Bruce Willis goes through the window. Watch.
Of course, you could say that in any Bruce Willis movie, and
That's
would
true.
it really be ruining it? Because
I just thought of another movie-related pet peeve, though, with that couple comments ago when she was talking about them ruining it if they've seen it. I hate almost as bad when you're watching a movie at home and someone's watching it and they haven't seen it and they have to go to the bathroom or go to get a drink or whatever, and you go to pause and they're like, oh, you don't have to pause it. Your ass. I do have to pause it because I want you to see it. I want you to understand what's going on because it never fails. Then they come back and they're lost and they ask what's going on or what happened.
They ask you to recite Joseph Campbell's hero's journey arc to get them caught up. Yeah.
and you have to pause it anyway. You just
Yes.
paused it the first time. No
Yes.
questions would have been asked.
Right.
Exactly.
Been more seamless.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Go for
Which
it.
I don't know if this will be squirm worthy as it makes me, but it might. People who walk too slow.
Well, I'm a slow walker, so
I at college at Morehead State there was
Hang on.
there you go. I'm a slow walker. I
I don't know that. Like I was going to say, we've probably talked about this in other episodes, but going to the mall with Eric Fiskus, circa 1990 to 1998, was the slowest walk through a mall ever. And it wasn't because you were a slow walker; it's because you knew everyone. That's why you walk slow, because you're waiting for someone to come up and talk to you that you know, so you don't want to be rushing off. But yeah, it's
don't want
I've
to be
spent-
rude.
I've spent less time in museums than walking through the mall with you.
just so you guys know, this isn't like a technical error. There's like no, it's just like little zaps and it goes away. It comes right. It's the computer, I think. Anyway, apologies. There was this place in Morehead State where it was a main thoroughfare to get from class to class, and it was the only way there. Okay, and especially on rainy days. And if you got stuck behind some body slow, and you had to get to class, it was a nightmare. And a lot of times, if you were behind the slow walker, they could kind of feel the tension and turn around and give you the old stink eye. Like, it's not like I'm honking a horn, but
Let me also say, gentlemen, you both are tall. Some of us just got short ass legs. Leave us be. Let us walk at our pace. We're giving it all we got. We just can't go any faster.
and I
Think
was
about
horribly
that though. I
annoying.
mean, it's not. I don't think slow walking is always purposeful.
No. Oh,
No.
trust me. Yeah, there's sometimes it has to happen.
Well, no, I'm just saying again, it's all about your build too. If you have long legs
Yeah.
and your strides are superior to mine, then you're going to get there faster.
And the thing about it is like, I think most people are patient about it, but there's some times where the person in front of you knows that you need to be expedient and they're not obliging and they're being contrarian, and it's like that was pretty aggravating.
Okay, so there's an extension to this one in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a generalization of people who are unaware of their surroundings. And it could be the slow walker, it could be just
Bumbles,
if you
bumble
like.
beeps.
Yes, that is the colloquialism for said people. Yeah, it's like you said, Brady. I mean, these people know that you're trying to get somewhere and you're behind them, and it's like they purposely don't acknowledge you, or they truly don't acknowledge you and don't even know you're there. So the people you're talking about are being contrarian, but then there's a whole other subset of people that just really have no
The bumble foolery.
exactly.
So
the bumble fornicators. Oh, is that an ism?
That is an ism. That is an ism.
Bumble coitus.
That might
or all the above.
Oh man. I gotta now this one. Speaking about yourself in third person. Now I don't know about you guys, but Brady Liming does not like it when people speak in third person. Meow meow freedom, meow meow witches. Yeah, I only know a couple people that did that, and I gotta admit, it was pretty annoying.
I'm surprised as big of a wrestling fan as usual you've always been, because wrestlers are notorious for talking in.
Indeed.
The heels are. You're supposed to dislike them.
Yeah, that's true.
Ivan Koroff, we're making, and he would, you're supposed to dislike him.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I think there's only one legitimate, quote unquote, good guy that could get away with that. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I mean, Muhammad Ali was what he was. I don't know that anyone disliked him, but he was very brash and he talked in third person all the time. That was okay because it was funny. I think he meant to be funny.
The same idea as wrestling too, though. When it's your job to work up the
play your heel role to get some heat. As they say in the business.
Even if you're not a heat, if it's if it's your job to intimidate and trash talk if you have an opponent that you are talking to, then I think
work up the lather.
Yeah.
Now, there was an old Saturday Night Live where Al Franken did the Weekend Update or whatever it was, and he did the whole segment in third person by saying, "I, Al Franken," which I'm not a fan, but that was a really funny segment. Yeah. And so pretty annoying. Not too many people do that, but I think we could all reach consensus on that. Do you want to do another one?
Got a few comments first.
Okay.
April Flowers, welcome. She wishes she didn't have to be during the movie. It's her pet peeve. Joe says slow walking is fine. Just don't take up the whole hallway / sidewalk / path with your friends.
Yes.
And Miss Wilson chimes in. I don't remember anyone having hallway rage at school. Now, Miss Wilson, you were all the way on the end of the hallway. I believe there was some hallway rage going on, but at your end, it kind of thinned out a little.
Yeah,
Miss
we were
Wilson,
all in a hurry to get to you.
Had you outfitted Fiscus with a horn, you would have heard it nonstop. I guarantee you that.
That's a fact. Now, if you were in the area of the street near Madame Granger's room or in that area, that's a whole other. Yeah, there was a lot of hallway rage going on.
Yeah, you would have heard a lot of horn honking and the A word being thrown out there.
Apple.
Yes. Hold your tongue and say that, and you got it. What am I, 5?
I was born on a pirate ship. So, um, all right. This one's kind of funny. And honestly, I think this one is really entrenched into the now. I think this happens a lot now. Saying no offense after something insulting. It's not like no offense, I don't like the Steelers or whatever. No, but it's like you smell like sewage and old oatmeal. No offense. You know.
You smell like graham crackers and day old funk. No offense.
Yeah. So what do you think of my new girlfriend? Well, she looked like somebody shaved a donkey and taught it to walk backwards. No offense. You just can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So
I don't like that either. There are a couple little sometimes people do it before as well. They'll say it before, and typically when they say it, they're getting ready to offend you.
Correct.
Yeah. Like, and the ones no offense, but that shirt does not match is usually, somebody, it's usually nothing, too mind blowing.
Yeah.
But
I have two new pet peeves since we did the last episode. I don't think it's been a long time. It was probably in the first 10 episodes we did the pet peeves, maybe the first 5.
Well, my world czar in episode 1 was kind of a pet peeve.
Yeah. I have 2, and one of them is social media related, and I typically am a quick one to come to the defense of anyone on social media when people start complaining about their posts, because I am a firm believer in it is your social media. Post what you want. Give me all the pictures of your kids. Give me all the pictures of your food. I want to know I'm fine with that. If I don't care or I don't want to, I can move on. I don't like it when people complain about certain types of posts. Same with political posts. If you want to post politics, I at times I do, and if people have a problem with it, they can move on, and they have moved on, and that's fine. But I do have an issue with one type of post that I will complain about, and it is when there's actually 3 of them or 2 of them. I think I did. You guys know one of them. You guys know one of them because I've talked about it. I do not like it when somebody is looking for information on Facebook and they don't ask nicely. They don't private message. They don't say, "Hey, if you have any ideas, could you possibly please help me out? They say, "Looking for a dog groomer and go." Best place to buy shoes and go. Don't tell me to go. Don't tell me when I can start. I will give you my advice at my own pace. You don't set the tone or the pace. I do.
You can't tell me what to do via social media. It's like
you'll get my advice at my leisure.
Exactly. Yes. Don't tell me to go. Second off is when people post, "So I did a thing today." Just tell me what you did.
Or
if you got your hair done, if you got a new car, if you got new shoes, whatever it is, don't say, "So I did a thing today," just so everybody can say, "What did you do? Show us what you did."
Usually there's a picture accompanying that.
There usually is, yes. But again, I don't like that.
Wouldn't you love to respond with, "What did you do?" "Well, I hit the person over the head. I dismembered them and dumped them in the river."
Did a little thing called murder.
Yeah, but I did a thing.
And
today.
Again, this is in jest, but I do get a little frustrated. But the other one was, and I got myself so worked up, I don't even remember my third. Oh, I got it. Just saying. I can't stand the phrase "just saying."
As opposed to what? Just belching?
No, as opposed, like when people say something like,
"Yeah,
well, you got to grow up sometime." Just saying.
Well,
you already said it. You already said it. You don't have to say "just saying" afterwards. You literally just said it.
Usually after a dismissive statement.
Yes, it is.
Yada, yada, yada. Just
saying.
Yeah.
And it's got to have a neck. Just saying.
Yeah.
Get it going, Eric. Work it.
Work it, Eric. To use yours, Todd, like you got to grow up sometime. Just saying, like, what?
Yeah.
How else are they? It's like, no, I don't want you to say it. I want you to hum it, or I want you to make armpit noises.
Yeah.
And,
I want you to pantomime it.
Yeah.
I'm a mime. Yeah. So again, I'm sure I offended people there, and I've probably been guilty of all 3 of those. So I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not.
Yeah.
So we got audience input here. Carrie says,
I hate that.
I hate that.
Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah. Right. I can't remember what, but we went through a plethora of pet peeves. I can't remember which one.
Hates it all.
She just hates all of it. Miss Wilson, I have a couple. How about businesses who leave an open sign in the window even when they aren't?
Oh yeah.
And another is a more generational thing, but I don't like it when I say thank you to someone and they say no problem, which to me means I was asking them to do something that was a problem. So the proper response is you're welcome.
I've read something that's not even a proper response, but I can't remember the idea behind it, so I won't really get into it. But the piece I read said that obviously no problem, just exactly what Miss Wilson just said. But I forget what they said the proper retort is to thank you, but it wasn't.
Put yourself at ease. 'Twas my pleasure.
It wasn't. I think it was something along the lines of you basically saying, maybe someday you can do something for me in return. Kind of like an acknowledgement of. Kind of like an acknowledgement of, hey, you owe me now or something.
Yeah, I'm doing this. Servitude later.
Go into a treatise of why I'm thankful for what you've done.
Let's all go sit on the Missouri and sign it.
But I guess you're welcome, I'm assuming. You know what to say about that. But
we can look it up while you talk.
You are welcome to my generosity. That's the way I always took it. I've been generous to you. Thank you, someone says to me, you're welcome to my generosity. So maybe that's the proper. So you just finish the you're welcome to my generosity.
Yeah, I get it.
To my effervescent generosity.
Yeah. And I know we're going over, and I say this for last, it'll be quick, but you'll get a good laugh out of it. And because I got to wrap it up, the humble brag. There is nothing worse than the humble brag. Yeah, after I made my first $5 million in the market, I could only spend 363 days in Hawaii instead of 365. It's rough. Yeah, suffered to do it. Shut up.
Yeah, I've never bragged about that before, but I'm sure I've bragged. And typically, if I'm bragging, I'm joking.
Yes, man. The my 37-inch biceps. The ladies, they just squeeze them all the time. It's so. I just wish. It's so.
Oh, man, I can't fit my 37-inch biceps into my sleeves of my shirt. Man,
it's rough.
You boys have problems with sleeves too.
So the humble brag is.
Do I look like I have problems with sleeves?
Exactly.
Go change your tank top. It's too tight.
Oh,
see,
God.
We are equal opportunity. This topic has brought out the bitchiness in us before. I mean, like it's
made us kind of.
Remember Eric going off on his about the cars, the parking or whatever that time.
Oh, yeah.
That was as mad as I've seen Eric on an episode.
I think I got a little bit negative and worked up on a couple of things, but yeah, it kind of does that, but it's therapeutic. It's cathartic. So
yeah, and we have no problem with anyone. Just to get that out there,
unless you talk in third person.
Yeah, we tease, but we don't want anyone with 37-inch pythons getting a hold of us.
Unless you humble brag in third person.
Exactly.
That's right.
Then after you wring our necks, you can get on Facebook and say, "So I did a thing today." Just saying.
With our dead, bloody carcasses laying in
the
picture. All right. A few more comments. Miss Wilson, sorry, not sorry. Hate this.
Yeah.
Gary just saying is like no offense. They are in the same family.
Yeah.
That's correct. Lauren, welcome, Lauren. So annoying when people drive under the speed limit in the left lane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eric's going to don't get Eric going.
On the driving. Buckle it down.
All right. Matt, no offense, but Matt Young doesn't totally agree. Just say.
That's the trifecta there.
Or Jim says, to my generosity, we'll go over like a Led Zeppelin, just saying sorry, not sorry. Yes. That's the quadrifecta there. Quadrophenia. All right. Moving on. Before we move on, do some more housekeeping.
Do it.
Housekeeping.
Memberships support our work on the podcast. For more information, go to playbyyourpodcast.com/membership/support. That is the particular page on the website, and I will put that page up just so you can see it. Why have I never thought of this before? I have this capability and I've never used it. I always talk about the website and I show the website.
You don't know your own powers.
I don't know my own power. I got power. Yeah, that's the support page. And you see this little thing down on the bottom, Buy Me a Coffee. That is our crowdsourcing platform. So if you click on that little Buy Me a Coffee thing, you can go and look at the membership things, and that'll give you the lowdown on all that. So, and you see our list there of our members, our Earbud Hall of Fame. Earbuds. Allison Chavis, Christy Rocky, Joe Rocky, Chuck Griffin, and Jessica Longacre, all are members of our podcast. We thank them for their support.
Thank you.
Join them. Be a supporter with them.
Yes.
Be an athletic supporter.
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. I think we haven't in a while. Also, Christy Rocky was one of our supporters that you had on there, and Christy also is the owner of Vacation Architect LLC.
Well, everything's getting ready to break open.
I was getting ready to say, check it out.
Yeah, as things open up, and you want to be first in line for those primo vacation spots, get a hold of Christy at Vacation Architect on Facebook, Vacation Architect LLC. And website, www.vacationarchitect.com.
She's going to get me to Norway and Denmark and Fiji, not consecutively, but those are my list, Christy.
Norfolk and Way, pal.
Christy, we request that if Brady books a trip to any of those places, you give him a one-way ticket.
No coming back from that one, Brady. No coming back.
Nope. All the way from Fiji.
Over the head.
All right, Todd, you are in the middle slot.
All right.
Todd in the midst.
I have a list as well. Lists just provide good,
good
a nice
fodder.
baseline. A good baseline for us to start. We typically never stay with it, but completely. But I have a list of 20 surprising origins of popular sayings. We played a game a while back, an idiom game. I forget what it was called. Idiom. It had idiom in the title. So basically, we just have some classic idioms here that everybody's heard of, and we're going to talk a little bit about the literal meaning, because obviously idioms you can't take literally. We're going to talk about the literal meaning, but more importantly, we're going to try to see what the origin of the saying is. Okay? The very first one, let the cat out of the bag. Let the cat out of the bag. So, what does the...
I'm a wholehearted believer of leaving the cat in the bag. Go ahead.
What is the literal meaning of letting the cat out of the bag?
The literal meaning?
Yeah.
It's feline in nature, and it leaps forward from the second.
Wait a minute. So when you hear training cats and dogs, do you run to the window expecting to see animals falling from the sky?
Oh, no, you said what's the literal meaning?
I know.
So letting the cat out of the bag, the literal meaning would be letting the cat out of the bag, wouldn't it?
No,
if it was literal.
That's the figurative meaning. Letting cats out of the bag has nothing to do with cats or bags. So the literal meaning would be what it really means, what the actual meaning is.
Okay. I'm compartmentalizing this differently. Okay, so letting the cat out of the bag.
Because you're compartmentalizing it wrongly.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No. Letting the cat out of the bag is like ruining a surprise, isn't it? Doing a reveal.
Yeah, I was going to say revealing a secret or something like that. Do you want to know where it came from? 18th century.
1700s.
Street fraud. 1700s, street fraud. Suckling pigs were often sold in bags. And a popular scheme was to replace said suckling pig with a damned old cat.
Damned old cat.
So, in selling it to an unknowing victim.
So somebody was expecting future ham, and they were just getting future attitude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, would have you ever thought that? Who would have ever thought that had those suckling pigs?
Not I. That's great, though.
It is.
Gosh, would the person even look at? I guess it had to be pretty sleight of hand to get the bag with the cat in the porcine bag and the feline bag switched.
I would think it would have to be a pretty large cat to match the weight of a suckling pig.
Well, suckling
There's a cougar in
pig
here.
would be just a piglet. that
True,
is
true. So
Suckling a said teat of its mother.
I don't know piglet.
Have
So,
you ever seen
yeah.
a teat before? No
So-
follow up there.
I would think the bigger danger of making said sleight of hand would be when the animal making noise in the bag.
See, I was wondering the same
Like
thing.
now.
You would. I mean,
Yoink.
Yoink.
you would think the cat would be raising a bit more of a ruckus than the pig
Oh.
in the bag.
Okay, now we are not encouraging animal abuse or experiments, but I do. If somebody put a pig and a cat in a bag, I'm kind of curious to see which one would make a noise. We do not want anybody to do that, but what would happen? I agree with you, Todd. I don't know which one would be noisier.
I don't know. And now, hang on a minute. There's nothing that says these animals were alive. Would the cat have been
Oh.
deed?
Deed.
Well,
Then
yeah.
maybe you couldn't tell. But I would think if you tried to put a cat in a bag, you would notice the difference. I mean, first off, the sounds, the claws coming through the
The burlap.
burlap. Why did we both assume it was a burlap bag?
It was the
what else would you
1700s.
carry a suckling
True.
pig in? Not going to be
All
a
right.
spooky satchel.
Number 2. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I think I've heard this one before.
Yeah. So horses' gums tend to recede, leading to longer teeth. Okay. A common way to inspect a horse's worth is checking its mouth, hence the phrase. Receiving a horse as a gift and immediately inspecting its value is considered offensive, much like inquiring about the worth of a present today. So it would be like the equivalent of someone giving you a Christmas present and you're like, what'd this run you? You know,
Yeah.
well, this set you back.
How
So you
old
did-
is that horse?
You didn't look a gift horse in the mouth, or at least not in front of the person who gave it to you.
Wow.
So I'm assuming you didn't want the horse with the receding gum line.
I wonder why it acted as if horses are unique in that. Isn't every living creature, as they get
receding.
older,
I don't know.
gum line recedes?
I would think.
Do you think Mr. Ed back in the day had cosmetic surgery to hide his age? Like the
I don't
he
know.
would talk.
All right, number 3. You're pulling my leg. Obviously, literally, it does not mean you're pulling my leg. The literal meaning would be someone's teasing you or joking with you, right?
Yeah.
But it actually has sinister origins. Rooted in the criminal world of the 18th century. Eric, what was that again?
The 1700s.
1700s, thank you. Street thieves would literally pull victims down by their leg in order to more easily rob them.
These street thieves have been
Active.
Causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
they've been adding to our colloquialisms.
It wasn't safe to be a suckling pig or a leg in the 1700s.
It was not.
I bet it really suckled.
If you were a suckling pig leg, you were really in trouble. You suckling pig leg, you. That sounds like something off of Monty Python or something.
Yeah. Oh.
Number
I do-
4.
Do have a few comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, Gary asked, "What is the literal meaning of figurative?"
Good question.
So, Miss Wilson chimes in on literal versus figurative. Literal is what means in real terms. Figurative is its implied meaning. Brady was right.
So then, and I would never argue with one of my former teachers. Again, I think it's just we're looking at it backwards.
Yeah.
But if I say it's raining cats and dogs, the literal meaning is it's pouring down rain. The figurative meaning is that it's raining creatures. That's the way I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't say it's literally raining cats and dogs.
If it was literally raining cats and dogs, it would be
No, but
felines and canines.
You don't say that. That's what I'm saying. So if I say it's raining cats and dogs out there, I don't mean it's raining cats and dogs. So I look at that as the literal meaning is it's pouring down rain. But I think it's just two ways of looking at the same thing. That's when I ask what the literal meaning, I mean like what does it mean literally, not as the
like when used in speech. What does it mean?
Yes.
That's what you're getting at.
Yes. So
Continue.
Number 4, eating crow. What does eating crow mean?
Brady's food shaming.
Yes. Go ahead, Brady. What does eating crow mean?
Crowbird.
Eating crowbird.
I think Eric, did you just set me up? It means when you have to humble yourself and admit that you were incorrect about something. So that I thought that when you were bragging about your team maybe going to win the game and they lose, you're made to eat crow.
Is that what you were thinking, Eric?
Yes.
All right. So
humble pie.
Let's talk about the origin. To eat crow means to admit fault or be proved wrong after taking a strong position. The Bible lists crow as unfit for eating. And along with buzzards and rats, it was actually illegal to eat crow in the Middle Ages. As such, it was notably humiliating to consume.
Is that a black feather there on your lips there? Oh.
So I did not know that the crow was grouped in with the buzzard and the rat as far as just disgusting varmints.
I've heard pigeons called feathered rats, but not crows.
Yeah. I've heard of that too. I mean, isn't there a disease you can get from pigeon poop?
Yeah.
It's called pigeon disease or something?
Well, I've heard it called chicken poop disease. But it's like
chicken poop. Chicken pigeon poop.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a more scientific name than that.
Toxoplasmosis or something like that.
Toxoplasmosis.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Number 5, break a leg. The term break a leg originates in theater. Since superstitions run rampant in theater, it's not surprising to learn that wishing someone good luck outright is actually considered bad luck. Instead, it was more suitable to wish ill will on someone before a performance, since the opposite was supposed to occur. A little bit of reverse psychology at play there.
Get a hemorrhoid. But I was just trying to think of, wonder why they said broken leg.
I was also in the realm of intestinal distress, but I couldn't find the proper terminology.
Go soil yourself.
Hey, go out and get some Tusion while you're on the stage.
May your suckling piglet be replaced by a cat. With you none the wiser, sir. Number 6. Can't hold a candle to. Brady, Eric, what have you guys heard that? What is the meaning of that?
When we use it, it means that whatever you're talking about, there's nothing better than that thing. You
can't hold a candle to Michael Jordan.
Kind of like the best thing since sliced bread.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. Before electricity, workers needed a second set of hands to hold a candle for them. Holding a candle was clearly a less challenging job. Unless that candle was a flashlight and you were holding it for my dad. So someone who isn't even qualified to...
She never held it in the right place, did you?
No. Well, I think you did. I just don't think they recognized it. So someone who isn't even qualified to provide light to a competent worker obviously wouldn't be able to perform the task himself.
So
that seemed a little... Huh?
Chuck and Pete must have the same patience when it comes to their sons holding flashlights.
Typically, if you didn't want to... If you didn't want to be doing it long, you just, it would usually
move the light around it.
Making shadow puppets on the under the car.
Oh man, move the light.
It didn't take long to get taken from me and just do it myself.
Which was the whole point.
You
Well,
showed
how
me.
long?
You showed me, Dad. I wanted to be here for 3 hours trying to hold my arm still. And
I'll go eat crow now.
You got the flashlight and you're holding your other arm like
yeah,
your arm's
exactly.
shaking. Grip me with light.
That forearm's like Popeye after you're done holding that thing still for 5 hours.
Heaven forbid, let it drop and hit him in the forehead.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Number 7, dressed to the nines. There's a lot of these sayings that have kind of gone away. That's not one you hear anymore, dressed to the nines.
That's an older person saying, I believe.
Meaning to dress exceptionally well. There's no concrete consensus on the origin of dressing to the nines, but the most popular theory comes from the fact that the very best suits used a full 9 yards of fabric.
The whole
Hence,
9 yards.
The whole young 9
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
That
makes sense now when you
Yeah.
hear it that way.
Right.
I always wondered what the hilt was, like dressed to the hilt. And I'm not even sure what a hilt is. I just know it's good.
Yeah.
But
Number 8, don't count your chickens before they hatch or before they're hatched. Definitely one we've heard.
You may have some rotten eggs.
Somebody chopping broccoli or what? I hear broccoli being chopped.
Chopping broccoli.
The short
chopping
answer.
carbs.
The short answer is that Aesop said it. He wrote of a young milkmaid balancing a pail on her head. The girl thought, the milk in this pail will provide me with cream, which I will make into butter, which I will sell in the market and buy a dozen eggs, which will hatch into chickens, which will lay more eggs, and soon I shall have a large poultry yard. My large poultry yard brings all. Oh, never. That wouldn't be right. My milkshake brings all the large poultry to the yard. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
Damnation's correct. It is better than 9.
Let me get back into the sequence here. I'll sell some of the fowl and buy myself a handsome new gown and go to the fair. And when the young fellows try to court me,
was that a change of words there?
well, it wasn't a bad word. It went a direction I wasn't thinking. Okay, when the young fellows try to make whoopee, I'll toss my head and pass them by. I went Chuck Eubanks there. At the moment, the girl tossed her head and lost a pail of milk. Her mother admonished, "Do not count your chickens before they are hatched." That sounds made up. All of that sounds made up. That is Aesop was on some serious drugs.
Yeah. Oh. That's rendered me speechless almost.
Yeah, that was made up.
Old
Aesop's
milkmaid
full.
with a pail on her head.
Old
I
Aesop's
don't
full
like
of
the
crap,
word
man.
pale. That's one of those vocabulary words we did as youths, like in 1st and 2nd grade. I've never used, please fetch me that pail. Never happened. Put it in that bucket.
I was impressed with Aesop's synonym usage. I mean, think about how many different ways he said bird. I mean, you got chickens, poultry, fowl.
Squawk.
Avian creature.
Okay, so Jim has the whole 9 yards was from military fighter pilots. The ammo was in lengths of 9 yards. When you emptied your ammo at one time, you gave them the whole 9 yards.
That's much more exciting than the one this was said.
Actually, I think once he said that does sound familiar to me. Like the long strips of bullets.
Yeah.
So dressed to the nines and the whole 9 yards are not from the same.
Not related.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Does make sense. Number 9, crocodile tears. Crocodile tears. Crocodile tears means to fake being upset or force tears that are inauthentic. An ancient anecdote by Photios claimed that crocodiles weep in order to lure their prey, which is most likely where the idiom comes from.
So the crocodile weeps so that I may go comfort it, and then it eats
I was going to
me?
say, yeah, because I know every time I am walking near the bayou and I hear a
How was that again? When I hear that sound, I'm going to run like
I was going to
heck,
say,
'cause
yeah,
know
when I hear
there's a
that, I'm like,
predator
oh,
coming.
there is a crocodile in distress somewhere near here.
Let me come to its rescue.
Yes. Shall I save this crocodile? I don't buy that either. Whoever came up with that one, but it's what it says. Honestly, I've never heard of a crocodile luring its prey that way. Can't imagine very much prey would give a crap.
It's crying or not.
Yeah, the crocodile's crying again. Yeah, who cares?
There's a gazelle that's walking up to the water. Hey, what's wrong? You cried?
That's Richard Pryor's dog.
Yeah, I was channeling Richard Pryor. You got to cut the head.
I can't imagine. Do animals care enough? I mean, do animals care when another animal's crying? Do they
Yeah,
have?
yeah,
do
they
have,
do.
Do they have compassion? Are they empathetic?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
There are species absolutely that do it. Yeah.
See, I just picture like a hyena or something just laughing at the crocodile. Oh, you big ball baby!
Shut up! I'm gonna come tease you, chomp. And then that's.
Now, Gary says that crocodile sounds like a pig in a bag.
A suckling pig in a bag of that.
I'm gonna have to make that my ringtone somehow now.
What?
You're crying crocodile.
Oh, I thought you meant a suckling pig.
Well, that too.
Close. Suckling pig will be his text tag.
Yoink.
Number 10. Close but no cigar. Carnivals used to give out cigars as prizes.
So
I bet the rat barker didn't give out cigars, Brady.
No, he did not. He just gave out diphtheria in his rat-infested thing.
What?
Well,
that rat infested. Yeah,
black plague.
That wheel of rat.
I'm sure it was bubonic and
all
filled with nastiness.
Carnivals used to give out cigars as prizes, so almost winning would get you close to achieving a cigar. So it was essentially a participation trophy. A cigar was.
Yeah.
It was an early participation trophy, but not quite. The phrase evolved in meaning and now refers to coming close to a goal but falling short. Close but no cigar.
There you go.
Number 11. Another one you don't hear much. Once in a blue moon. You only hear that once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
A blue moon is the second full moon in a single calendar month, and it's rare as heck. The phrase once in a blue moon is used. Something that doesn't happen very often, basically. That's what it means.
Yeah.
This is interesting. 12. Mind your P's and Q's. Any idea where that comes from or what it means?
No idea, and I would like to know.
And I've also heard this one.
In the 17th century, pubs served beer in pints and quarts.
Yep.
If a patron was getting unruly, the bartender might warn them to mind their P's and Q's. Now the term simply means to mind your manners, drunk or not. So it was essentially a way of telling drunk people to chill out.
And don't spill your beer.
Yeah, they were getting it thrown out. Number 13.
Jim's busy diphtheria from the Rat Man.
Did we ever find out if the rat barker was anybody we knew? I mean, was it a local person?
I don't believe so. I think he was just a carny sort of person.
Yeah.
Why do I always envision in my head that he traveled to these little festivals with the rats in his chest pocket?
I'll see.
Cheese
Yeah,
in his
little cheese.
Yeah.
I imagine him having little high chairs with little buckling things in the front seat, like child seats for his rats. You know?
I don't know. I pictured like he's got one big ring on this hand and one big ring on this hand, and they both pop open, and his cocaine was in one, and he had Cheese Whiz in the other, and he just fed the rats and snorted his cocaine and wreaked havoc on our little town every 4th of July.
Or wait a minute. Did he eat the cheese and the rat snorted the cocaine?
Maybe so, yeah. That's how he fixed the game. He would give the rats cocaine. They'd run their asses off from that wheel all night long.
And he'd put it in the color. He'd put the bump in the color for the rat.
The bump of toot.
I've watched enough Miami Vice to know my cocaine terminology. A little bit of nose candy to get a bump.
He put a bump of toot in the. Yeah, we just solved the rat barker's gimmick. We figured him out. Had we known back then, we could have won all the prizes.
Yes, we could have.
Just look for the rat that's going.
You made me snort.
So did the rat.
Look for the rat that's dressed like. Look for the rat that's dressed like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Let's see. The kiss of death, number 13. It marks the demise of something. Its roots rest in the Italian mafia, where someone who's been marked for death receives the metaphorical kiss prior to execution.
Is that biblical too? Like where Judas greeted Jesus with a kiss? I've heard.
I think there
like
is.
that.
I think, yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Go a little quicker. 14, rule of thumb.
I would like to know this.
The rule of thumb is as a form of rough measurement, probably comes from carpenters approximating inches with their thumbs. That boy's all thumbs. Another theory is that farmers use the length of a thumb to estimate how deep to plant seeds. We have some farmers that
Yeah.
we have some farming families that listen. Any of you that grew up on a farm, Mr. Joe Rocky out there, do you know anything about a rule of thumb in a history in farming?
Stick your thumb down in the ground and put a seed in behind it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Number 15, sleep tight. Simply
Now-
meaning to sleep well. Go ahead, Eric.
It didn't say the second part of that. Don't let the bed
It didn't
bugs
say
bite.
that. It didn't say that, but that's what we grew up hearing.
Right.
Which back then, I mean, I thought they were made up. I thought they were the snipes of the. I thought they were nocturnal snipes, or like the snipes of your nightmares.
Well, and
guess-
honestly, I think bed bugs have been around longer than they haven't been around. I think it's been more unusual in history to have bed bugs than not. I think you're probably looking at a 50-year time period maybe where there really didn't have bed bugs. Now we do again.
Is that because of DDT?
Yes, DDT
Oh, really?
got rid of bed
Rest-
bugs, but then people
Damn
obviously
Jake the
got
Snake.
cancer from it, so they discontinued that, and then the bed bugs. So,
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, like I said, when we were kids and we always heard that, I thought they were made up. I thought it was just something to get us to go to sleep and be scared to death whilst sleeping. But simply meaning to sleep well, the phrase "sleep tight" dates from the time when mattresses were supported by ropes. These ropes needed to be pulled tight to provide a stable mattress and a good night's rest.
My guess, and I'm not even being funny, I thought it was going to be like from the Sea Explorers, where they would have to sleep in hammocks in their boats, and to sleep tight so you didn't fall off if the sea got rough. That was a wild guess. It just
I would have
sounded
believed
good
it.
to
Had
me.
you told me that was the origin, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Number
all
6.
right,
Sorry.
Joe says, by the way, we never use thumbs to measure seed depth. We use tension springs on the planter. No, that's the newfangled way to do it.
Rule of
Newfangled
spring.
farmers.
Humble brag. Speaking of humble brags,
Yeah,
Joe.
right. We had a planter. It was hard to set those tension springs on the planter.
Why did we all tuck our heads in when we're humble bragging?
no
All three
idea.
of us went.
We didn't soil our thumbs in manure.
We all three did it. And like,
There's
what? Why is that the
there's a
universal
humble
symbol
brag
for
posture.
bragging?
There's a humble brag posture.
Just giving you a hard time, Joe, but that's interesting. Is there anybody else maybe who grew up using your thumbs to plant seeds? You can fill us in there. Any more comments you want to get to?
No.
I mean, I'm not even speaking in euphemisms nor innuendo. You guys are still going
No,
there.
I just got a case of the giggles. I'm just like,
Number 16, a square meal.
Squaw.
Squaw.
squab.
Nobody actually knows where this idiom came from, though the Royal Navy did serve meals on square plates at one point. Another idea is more linguistic in nature. The use of square to mean honest and straightforward goes back to at least the 16th century, Eric.
The 1500s.
Which makes sense as square meal refers to a healthy, hearty dinner. So this one's a mystery.
My
So,
answer would have been, no, it won't because that's a rectangle. Shoot, I was going to say school pizza. I'm getting a square meal today because you like school
Rectangle,
pizza, but that's
yeah.
rectangular. Shoot.
Yeah, I would not have eaten my pizza if it were square.
So Gary says our website ranks #1 in the search of rat barker carnival.
Nice.
That Google SEC is finally paying off there.
Is he being serious?
I
I'm
believe
sure he is. I can't imagine
Wow.
I can't imagine a whole lot of people are Googling rat barker.
Everybody who's watching, Google it. Make it happen.
People that can't spell Bob, maybe. All right. Let's see here. Just for some reason, the square meal and the explanation about with the reminded me of our friend and his defiance when it comes to the pardon my French, but shit on a shingle. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know if he's listening, but he knows it if he's listening. But his argument always is that because shit on a shingle is chip beef gravy on toast or whatever, and his argument is chip beef gravy is white, so it can't be called feces on a shingle.
That's have some severe issues.
But
maybe it's bird.
There you go.
Instead of bird on a
Yes,
wire, bird on a
because
shingle.
Bird
The pigeons are on the roof. I bet that's right.
No, it actually was James in the military, or earlier he mentioned something about military. I don't know if he was in the military, but I think it was along the lines of it had nothing to do with the color of it. It was I think it was kind of like a same crap different day. Like it was they got fed so much
Yeah.
chip beef gravy that it was like, and the toast would be the shingle, I guess. I don't know that that's right, but I think it has something to do with it. I don't think it actually is a reference to feces. 17, stay on the straight and narrow. Another one you don't hear much these days. Today it means to generally stay out of trouble. But the origin phrase is actually biblical in origin. Original phrase is actually biblical in origin. Matthew 7:13, 14. Describe the gates to heaven as straight and the way to eternal life as narrow. So that one is biblical.
Makes sense.
18, 3 sheets to the wind.
It has to have something to do with a sailboat.
Yeah.
Well, big sailing ship.
Sailors had a lot of terms for being drunk, and they all related to the ship. Being tipsy was a sheet in the wind's eye, and being hammered was a full 3 sheets to the wind. The sheets in question were actually the ropes that held down the sails, so if all 3 ropes were loose, the sails would billow about like a drunken sailor.
Like a used car.
Those things,
Yeah.
Creepy, tall men.
Tallman.
Number 19, white elephant. Albino elephants were highly regarded in Southeast Asia, and they were cared for lavishly. The term white elephant eventually evolved to mean any valuable but burdensome possession of which its owner cannot dispose and whose cost of upkeep is out of proportion to its usefulness or worth.
Like a koi pond with an elaborate waterfall that you have to constantly clean and feed the fish and keep skimmed. Like it's pretty, but it's a lot of upkeep.
You think that's along the lines of, and no offense to boat owners, I would, but the whole idea of the 2 happiest days of a boat owner's life, the day they bought the boat and the day they sold the boat.
Facts.
So, yeah, I think it's along those lines. But, the only time I ever heard white elephant was like a Christmas party, like a white elephant gift exchange or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Number 20, hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
It's a bastardization of the Roman Catholic liturgy of the Eucharist, which contains the phrase, bear with me here, hoc est corpus meum. I don't know what that means. I know nothing what I just said. So,
corpus would mean body.
Body.
Yeah. That's all I know, though.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I know we have some who know liturgy in the room, I believe.
There's my list.
That's very cool.
All right. Jim does say he was not in the military, but shout out to everyone who was, and thank you for your service.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
According to the comments here, I don't know if we have anybody. I know Derek Coleman, who sometimes comes in, he was in the military, but he's in here.
Amber.
Yeah, I thought we'd had
my
a few
niece Amber,
listeners.
who's going to be back stateside. She's leaving Japan and heading to Mississippi.
All right, before we go into topic number 3, if you ever wonder what we're talking about when we use certain terms, and I think we created a few other ones in this conversation, check out our isms. They're on our website at www.playbyyourpodcast.com. And let me, like I said, well, I've never done this. I have no idea, but
You've had your awakening.
I have. It's been amazing awakening. So here's our isms page. So here you can scroll down and see our glossary of terms that we use in the show. And
Pick a random one, Eric. Just scroll down and pick a random one.
All right. Random. Well, we were just talking about rat barker, an obnoxious carnival-style game vendor that can be identified from the following characteristics: the use of motion sickness to mistreat rodents, a higher-than-natural grease-to-hair ratio, the pathological overuse of a ringing cowbell.
We'll have to add cocaine jewelry and cheese whiz jewelry.
And using insults to garner customers. and I laugh at this. I typed this, but I haven't read it.
We amuse ourselves.
Yeah, yes, we do. All right. So, yeah, if you're interested in those, they're on the website. Check them out. They're under the isms on the.
If you want another comparison, if you enjoy the Urban Dictionary, this is kind of like that, but cleaner and related to our podcast. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes. Very good way to put it. All right. So, Gary, if you're interested in the Rat Barker Carnival search, Gary actually put the link to said search. If you want to look us up and see us at the top of that list. Yeah, we lead Google's SEC on that search engine. Search engine, I forget what C stands for, but anyway, you can put things in your website that help you in that whole list thing. And it's you want to talk about diving down a rabbit hole, trying to get your website on a more preferential spot in the list. It's interesting exercise.
It is.
All right. Okay, we are to topic number 3, our game of the night.
Game time.
We need audience participation here because you are going to be our judges, audience. So the game is called Say It. And
don't spray it.
I was thinking it.
Okay, so I have 2 sets of cards. I have a Say card and I have an It card. Okay? So the Say card will have one phrase on it. The It card will have another phrase on it. And the rules of this game is each of you, and you can shout it out at the same time, will have 5 seconds to give me the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear this phrase. All right, so here's your example. Okay, so the Say card says something big. The It card. Oh. So the It card says that you play with.
Horse. So do you say it? We yell it out after the second one.
Yes, after you hear the second one, because you can't yell it out after you hear the first one.
Well, I was.
You got to put them both together.
It would be fun to yell it out and then see if you want to change it after the second one.
Something big that you play with. So.
Jeeps.
Tanks.
Which is what neither one of you wants.
So what's the audience? What's the audience?
The audience will decide which of your answers was better.
Okay.
Oh.
Like I said, I'm going to say the Say card and the It card, then I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have that much time to.
Do we have to wait that whole time to be fair? Like,
no.
Okay.
No.
So we could be blurtery.
You can.
Blurtist.
You can. All right. We ready?
We're ready.
The say card says something slimy. The it card says in a suitcase. 5,
Shampoo.
4, 3, 2,
Licorice.
1.
Shampoo.
Brady says shampoo. Todd says licorice. Audience, which of those answers is better?
Shampoo scented licorice. Or licorice scented shampoo.
Guess I give it a little period of time, then I get to decide
Yeah.
what makes more sense.
So is that what we're going for? Is making more sense, or like the funniest, or what?
Whatever the audience and the host likes.
Yes,
I guess.
exactly. Whatever the audience and the host
We
say.
are serving them.
Lauren says Brady. Jim says Brady.
I'm curious to know where licorice came from, though.
Yeah, well, Brady's makes the most sense. I was going for the off the wall. I meant to say melted licorice, but I couldn't get the words out.
I guess you can say it out or play it however you want to play it.
Yes.
Anybody ever had a shampoo
it's on
bottle?
now. It is on now. I see that. I know how to play now. You have to show me the way, Brady.
Tanya, welcome. Tanya says horse works for me. Shampoo is better. Tanya has a horse farm. That's the background of that. That's why she said that. All right. Carrie says shampoo.
It makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that could have gone way off the wall. All right. So it looks like Brady won that one.
Yes.
So
well played, Brady.
Brady, as he often does, roars into the lead in the game. 1-0.
1-0.
All right. Here we go. The say card. Something adorable. The it card that dogs eat. 5, 4,
Kittens.
3, 2, 1.
Baby chickens.
Kittens and baby chickens, audience. Kittens and baby chickens.
Do they really eat baby kittens?
No, that's what Tom and Jerry lead me to believe, but
Are you saying
I don't know that they eat,
dog
I don't know that they eat baby chickens either. I was thinking like a wild coyote.
Audience. Brady says kittens. Todd says baby chickens.
Like the little yellow hairy ones for Easter.
Chicks, if you will.
Chicks, yeah.
chicks, man.
Chicks. All right. Oh, Carrie says baby chicks. You may win by default, Todd.
I win. That's not default. That's one. That's
1-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miss Wilson, chicks.
chicks.
Lauren, chicks.
Yeah.
Brady, because I hate cats. That's what Jim says.
Well, kittens aren't the same.
My wife's in the room. Or she was in the room. Maybe she's not in the room now. All right.
Now you can say it. Say what you want, Eric, about cats. Say it. Say it. Let it out.
Let it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Todd gets the point. 1-1.
Woohoo!
All right. Next.
Eric, one clarification. Because I've answered quickly, do I need to wait for the 5?
Nope.
Okay.
You have 5 seconds. You can answer whenever you can in that 5 seconds. I guess if you answer quickly, you give your other compatriot the opportunity to one-up you, I guess.
That is true.
Or they may go a different direction than the audience goes. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So the say card says something edible. The it card found in your gym bag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Werther's Original.
Granola bar.
Werther's Original and granola bar.
What was it? Something tasty? Is that what it said, or just something?
Something edible.
Something edible.
My shorts.
Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts. In my best grumpy old men. My shorts.
So out the shorts.
All right. Miss Wilson says Brady. Jim says neither. Carrie says granola bar.
Health nuts.
Gary says me. I didn't even answer. But I mean, I get a point. All right.
Everybody needs to keep a good sucking candy in their gym bag.
That's right.
Not a suckling
Butterscotch,
pig.
a root beer barrel.
Root beer barrel. All right. Looks like maybe Todd by one here. Actually, I'm going to go back here real quick. I may give you a little bit more time to. We closed out voting, but Diana in the room, welcome. Said neither on the last question. The chicks or the baby cats. Now, Becky, you said kittens because you're a cat lover. You want the dogs to eat the kittens? Is that what you're saying? Because it doesn't mean you're much of a cat lover if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think what she means to say is Todd there. There's no way she's way she's siding with the kitten getting eaten.
No, I did not. Tanya, chicks, I have a Vizsla that would love to eat one of my chicks.
Can we see a picture of a Vizsla? Eric, can you pull one up?
Probably
Isn't that an expensive car?
I'm interested. We may not be saying it correctly.
Vizsla.
It's that dog that makes that face and well, get to the right tab.
The curiosity is killing me. The dog that makes the face.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
meme.
Yes, that is the meme dog. Yes, what a cutie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the meme? Like it's usually when it's not impressed or like it's shaking its head at you, like it's
right.
ashamed of you.
Yes, indeed.
Like you offended it. Like you put down generic food instead of blue wilderness.
Right, Sarah, we apologize. We changed days of the week again. She just now came in. Welcome. Even though you're better late than
Hi,
never.
Sarah.
Right,
Yes.
actually, the Vinyl Countdown plays tomorrow night. That's what we're not on tomorrow night or tomorrow.
Yes.
St. Patty's Day festivities.
Come out for some green eggs and beer. Or no, beer and green eggs.
Stephanie says baby chicks on the last question.
Yeah.
All right. And back to this question. Tanya says Werther's.
Yep. Nothing better after a workout than a Werther's.
And Becky said no, she missed the question. She did not mean to say kittens, which we put. And Tanya does say it's a dog, which we should picture this.
Yes. Very cute dog.
All right, so we had.
It eats chickens though. It eats or kittens. Which one was it? Which did she say? She said chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicks. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Miss Wilson said Brady. Jim said neither. Carrie said granola bar. So that's 1-1.
That's 2. Brady said both. That's
Brady
granola.
said both.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Carrie said me, so I didn't count the one of you.
Brady got it.
Yeah, Brady did get it.
Yeah.
Correct. All
So
right.
I'm fair.
You are fair. Kudos to your sportsmanship. All right, so our
Appreciate
score is 2-1. Brady. All right. So next one. The say card. Something disgusting. The it card that you might accidentally eat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Booger. I panicked.
And came out with a pretty good answer.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad.
Brady is rendered speechless.
I was going to say dog hair.
Baby dog here.
Just brush it off.
Booger or dog hair.
Why do they call you Booger? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. Carrie says Booger. Yes, Sarah, you are picking your choice. Which one you like the best? Could be funny, could be interesting, could be true to form, could be whatever.
On this answer is very.
However you want to judge it. Jim says Todd. Gary says Todd.
Yeah. I froze on that one.
Frozen.
Poison. Just like you were early in the show.
Frozen by the power of the booger.
All right. We'll give Todd the point. 2-2. Deuce is wild. Next. Something crazy found at the bottom of a purse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A tooth.
Tooth.
A joint.
Joint. Tooth or joint?
As in a left-handed cigarette, a bird ready for the twisting.
A spliff. I didn't even know what that was till I discovered Bob. No.
A stick of the devil's lettuce.
Smoky, but yeah. I never heard that word till I heard the Bob Marley song. I was like, I figured it out, but that was the first time I'd heard that.
Hey, Rook. Mind if I twist a bird?
Mind if I burn a lefty?
The devil's lettuce.
All right, while we're waiting on votes here, Tanya asked a very pertinent question here. How do you accidentally eat a booger?
Maybe it hurls from your nostril onto your chili or something accidentally.
Yeah, your Wendy's chili and you mistake it for some celery.
Yeah.
They're both about as appealing.
Carrie says,
right, Carrie says joint.
Don't food shame me, Brady. Don't you food shame me.
Jim says Brady. Gary says a spare tooth sounds good for this one. Miss Wilson says Brady. Joint, I wish, she says. Sarah says you should take better care of your joints, Brady.
I don't care.
And your purse.
Becky says, Uncle Eric, your nephew often eats his, but on purpose.
Please tell me you're talking about boogers and not joints.
I would assume. All right, so booga it is.
That was
the last question.
Yeah. This was the
Did
joints and the tooth question.
Oh, joints and tooth. That's right. I'm all confused.
That's like a Guns N' Roses tribute band.
I still think joint won. A lot of joints. Okay. So let's see. It's Brady, right? Brady said joint. 3-2.
3-2.
3-2. All right. The say card. Something flimsy that you might find at a yard sale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Card table.
Card table.
Go-kart.
Good.
Card table or go-kart?
That go-kart will go 300 miles an hour, man.
A couple comments while we're waiting on votes. Miss Wilson says Brady would carry a Merce.
Is that MRSA? Is that like a disease?
Or a fanny pack,
There
says
you
Sarah.
go. Pretty sure Brady had a fanny pack at one day.
I did.
At one time.
Brady did have a
I'm
fanny
on top of the Aztec ruins sporting a fanny pack. There's a picture that exists.
I believe others of our friends also had fanny packs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was more of a. It was the thing for a while there, wasn't it? It was more.
It was.
Yeah, it was a fashion statement, more than a. Go ahead.
All right.
I had a Disney fanny pack that we just called the mouse pouch because it had it had Mickey Mouse on it.
Better than mouse ear, I guess.
Mouse ear pouch.
So, card table or go-kart? Gary says card table, true story. Jim says Brady. Miss Wilson says go-kart. So 2-1 on the vote so far. Card table or go-kart?
Come on, people. Card table. Oh.
Stop trying to send him messages, Brady. Stop trying to sway the vote.
Table, says Carrie.
Carrie, you look unsure of that vote.
So say there's little
little
googly
emoji.
eyes there.
Yeah, are you unsure of the vote, or is mine so ludicrous that you put the rolling eyes icon or emoji? I have seen busted flimsy go-karts at yard sales, so I know they exist there.
Yeah.
I never thought about the table because they're not usually for sale.
Well, yeah, the flimsy table.
But it didn't say
have
for
them.
sale. In
That's
all
true.
fairness. Yeah.
We're giving Brady the point on the card table.
In fact, you can't sell the flimsy card tables because they're being used.
True.
That's
Unless you get the end of the day and it's empty.
They're being
Everything
used
must go.
to hold up the flimsy go-kart.
To get under it to fix it.
John swirling in the house. Welcome, John. Card table, he says. Actually, you're being admonished by Carrie. She's unsure because they're both kind of lame.
Oh, that hurt.
That hurt.
And Diana says, I'm unsure of this game. Pick the answer you like the best.
Yeah, we're just picking the answer you like best, Aunt Diane.
Oh, don't throw in that familial. You could have just said Diane, but when you said Aunt Diane, that was like the dog whistle to get her
I don't know how
answer.
to say Diane without saying Aunt Diane.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jonathan.
What's
Just
wrong?
tuned in. All right, so next question, audience.
Man, I couldn't even count on cousin Gary for a vote there.
All right, something athletic that rattles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Baby Michael Jordan.
I was gonna say the rim when I play.
The rim is athletic?
I don't think the
The
rim.
rim.
I know, but
Because I'm dunking it and hanging on it and
I get
rattling it.
But you would be the athletic one then, not the rim.
Well, yes, because it's letting me score. Hey, I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Ain't nothing letting you score.
I'm sticking by my baby Michael Jordan.
And
All
I'm
right,
sticking with my
so-
horrible answer.
Something athletic that rattles. We have baby Michael Jordan or the rim when
Because he's
Brady
holding-
plays.
A baby rattle. He's holding a rattle.
So Jonathan says, just tuned in. My wife and I, Brady, met Brady at a Psychedelic Furs concert. 3
Yes,
years ago.
Jonathan. Yes, they're big '80s aficionados, cool people, and meeting at a concert, and we've been Facebook friends since. And
Oh, I can't say Aunt Diane, but you can give me this entire history of how you met
Yeah.
this fella.
yeah, thank you, Jonathan, for tuning in. Hope everybody's
Yeah.
doing all right.
Very cool. Very cool.
Jonathan gave his own answer. His lungs rattle. I don't know how athletic that makes you if your lungs rattle.
You're doing a lot of moving.
So Sarah says the rim, but only cause not true. Carrie gets it, Brady. She didn't say it was a good answer, but she is going Todd. But she gets it.
Yeah.
Gary says Todd, baby Michael Jordan.
Oh.
Jim says baby Michael Jordan. Christy says baby Michael Jordan. Tanya goes with Brady. And Miss Wilson says Michael Jordan bobblehead. So is that a kudo to Todd on his answer?
Yeah.
We'll give it
Baby
to
Michael
Todd,
Jordan
though.
bobblehead.
There you go. All right, so Todd roaring back 4-3 is our score. Got my eyeballs on the clock here. We got probably time for a couple more. The score there. All right. Next question. Something solid you don't know anything about. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Women.
Oh, Brady.
I was gonna say Pluto.
I think you just said it. All right. So Todd says women. Brady says Pluto, which is not a planet. Or is it a planet again?
Is it?
Depends on who you ask.
All right. So again, if you just joined the room, we're playing a game called Say It. So I have two sets of cards. I have a Say card and I have an It card. They both have different phrases on them. You put the two phrases together, and these guys try to come up with an answer to fit the phrase. And Todd said women is something solid he doesn't know anything about. And Brady says Pluto.
The planet, not the Disney dog, by the way.
Well, that you just lost it. That was
Carrie just says Al.
no. I was insulting myself. I wasn't insulting women. Thank you, Aunt Diane. She got
Diane
it.
says Todd. Jim says Todd's poor wife. That's a thumbs up to his answer or not. Gary said Todd, true story also.
Women are a gas.
Jonathan says the unplanet Pluto. So Todd in the lead so far with women's.
Women's.
Gary says solid. I don't think she's thrown her gauntlet down on either side of this question yet. Women or Pluto.
See, hence I can't figure them out.
Sarah simply asked, would Todd's wife confirm? Would Celia confirm that you know nothing about women?
Oh, I'm sure.
Miss Wilson says Pluto. Carrie does go with Brady's Pluto. And I'm thinking Brady might get this one here.
And I'm surprised.
I am too, to be honest.
I thought Todd's answer was solid. No pun intended.
I think it was much better than Pluto. I'm going to be a little bit bragging on that one.
The audience is never wrong.
I'm not a sore loser.
Brady 5, Todd 3.
Don't call it a comeback. I got two in me to force a tiebreaker.
All right, audience, ready for your votes here. The first card, the Say card, says something soft. The It card says that gets your attention.
Women. If you don't vote women, you're never welcome to this episode.
3, 2, 1.
Pudding.
Jupiter, go ahead, Brady. Throw another planet out there. They're going to vote for you anyway, man. Throw another planet out there.
Uranus.
No, I would actually vote for that.
Because it's a gas.
So Todd goes to the well twice with women, and Brady says pudding. Julia says Todd. Jonathan says the female race by a landslide. Sorry, Brady.
Hey, no apology. I like his answer. I just had to follow that.
There's nothing wrong with pudding, though, Brady. I got to be honest with you. I like it better than Pluto.
I thought you were going to say you like it better than women.
Miss Wilson, Todd. Gary,
That's
Todd. Gary, Todd.
Yeah.
Jim, Todd.
I'm going to be really.
I prefer my
pudding.
Women like my pudding with the skin on it.
Up again at never mind. We'll give Todd the point.
Please.
Do you guys remember that? You remember homemade pudding with the skin on top?
Yeah.
The pudding skin? Yeah, that was good.
Do you remember
stuff.
being terrified by it? Like I
ate it.
remember,
I loved it.
Oh, pudding skin eater. Pudding skinner.
You mean
Wait a minute.
you eat meringue on pie, but you won't eat the skin off a pudding?
No, I'm saying the first time I saw it, I didn't know what it was.
Oh,
I
thought you
something
meant
was
you
wrong
won't
with
eat it now.
No. I just remember the first time I saw pudding
You thought-
skin.
I got
and it
you.
terrified me.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
thought it hardened up and gone bad.
yeah.
Eric, will you eat the skin off pudding?
Yeah. you skin meringue, but you
But
eat
there's no
pudding exoskeleton?
there's no comparison to pudding skin and meringue. Meringue is thick and
pudding is just
the
an epidermis.
consistency of lukewarm spit, burnt spit, and pudding skin just kind of tastes like it's a little more intense taste of the pudding.
Confectionery sputum. Ooh.
All right, I
5
told
to
you I'm coming
4.
back.
5 to 4. Don't call me. All right. Next, the say card. Something odorous that has great value. 5, 4.
Don't you dare. Let me just mail him out here. Cologne.
Cologne.
Oh my goodness!
Now he can't say what he really wants to say.
Yeah, because I had that answer the whole time, but that would have been an instant loss. But it almost would have been worth it. Perfume.
Cologne or perfume?
Can I do that?
Why not?
I guess you can do whatever you want. Cologne or perfume, something odorous that has great value. We'll see how the audience sorts this one.
Yeah. If anybody's tried to...
We flipped the script on them. Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon,
Gary
scented
went.
perfume.
Ugh. Jonathan's like everyone else, like, Well, which way do you go with that? Yeah, Gary says
I kind of
tie.
feel... Todd, I kind of feel like you did the betting $1 over on Price is Right on me.
Yes, you did.
Well, because you knew what I was thinking the entire time, so I wanted to stick in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Jim says Gary.
Yeah.
He's my cousin, so I get the point, right?
Sarah says that was the time to say women.
I was actually going to, but I figured everybody would vote against me.
We've been BB banned from Facebook.
Yeah.
Diane says perfume is more expensive than cologne, so Todd. a little
So
reasoning.
that was
Hey, try
equivalent to
buying-
the
Try buying
$1
a
Price
bottle
is
of
Right trick.
Aventus.
Carrie says perfume, I guess. So looks like Todd kind of by default with the gamesmanship.
Default.
The gamesmanship. And it's tied at 5.
Yes. I predicted it. I called my shot.
You did. All right, so this will be it. This will be the
called my
tiebreaker for the win. The say card, something dangerous. The it card, found on the floor of a public restroom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
An STD.
Brady.
I was going to say excrement.
All
Or
right.
their... Yeah.
What does that mean right there?
Like you're holding a French fry there, Brady, by the handle. You can't make that. What does that even mean?
Well, I guess because I'm housebreaking a puppy, and you know where they kind of do the, like somebody doing a swirl cone, you know, like they do that. So it seems like all the surprises that I'm finding on the floor look like something that comes from a DQ. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I was making that hand motion and cleaning it up afterwards, a circular motion. But yeah, I'm going to go with some kind of
I thought
excrement.
it did signify a French fry handle, which you think is excrement.
That's true.
All right, so
something
STD.
dangerous.
STD or excrement are the two answers, audience.
And to clarify, that was something dangerous on a gas station floor, right?
Public restroom.
Public restroom floor, yeah.
So waiting for, no one seems to want to.
No one wants to seem to chime in on this, but I will defend my answer.
Brady, for his description, says Sarah. So Brady gets one vote.
Thank you.
It was kind of hard to describe mine with hand gestures like Brady did. In my defense.
I guess you could describe an STD with hand gestures.
Yes. Eric tips over that TV 14 rating there. That was our one F word.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Eric for the win.
Gary says Todd for the comeback. Gary says STD. I'm from the 80s. Jim says Brady for the win. So we're at 2-2. Jonathan says, can I buy a vowel?
Let me defend my answer. Brady, you were going to defend your answer. Maybe we need to try to argue our answer. You said you could defend yours.
Yes.
You go first. I'll allow you go first.
Okay. I will say excrement because, we're given our biohazard training, and one can find hepatitis and typhoid and diphtheria and several streptococca bacterial infections in excrement. So I'm going to say it is dangerous, or worms. If you walk barefooted through a pig farm
and you have an open sore on your foot.
Yes. So what is more dangerous than walking barefooted on a bathroom floor that has excrement on it?
Walking barefoot and stepping on a needle that has someone has used it that has an STD.
That's true.
So Miss Wilson says STD.
Oh.
Gary says Brady defends Todd. So
yeah, you set me up with that whole what's more dangerous than stepping barefooted on excrement.
That's true.
But
a table saw. I can think of all kinds of things.
But it says on the bathroom floor of a public restroom. You're not going to find a table
True.
saw there.
If you
but
do,
you will
yeah.
find excrement. Trust
You
me.
might-
I
and you
teach
might-
elementary school.
You might find a needle.
I think it's STD. I think it's Todd.
I would rather
back.
have excrement on my foot than an STD. That's going to be the greatest quote of my life, by the way, when I'm long gone.
It'll be on your
Shed.
tombstone. He would have rather had excrement on his foot than an STD. Todd for the win, 6-5. Good game. Yes,
Good
yourself
game.
good.
Yes.
All right. Thank
Very
you,
fun.
audience,
Thank
as
you, guys.
always, for your input. Gary. Brady defends Todd by what is in the turd.
But I think I should get that point back because he just made my case because it was in the poop.
You somehow finagled that Pluto point, so I don't feel a bit bad for taking this point.
He has a point there.
Yeah, he does.
Literally and figuratively. Has a point. All right. Okay. Thanks all. Please join us on audio. If you want to listen on audio, that will come out on Friday morning at 3 a.m. as it always does. So you can listen on any of our platforms. Our website has all the audio on it as well. www. Let me try that again. www. Make those round W's. .playitbyearpodcast.com. And again, you can find the audio and the video right at the top of every page. So not hard to find there. And you can go from there and subscribe. Please do us a favor if you do listen to us, let's say on Spotify or some other platforms such as that. Give us a good review. That helps us out. A lot of people listen on Apple Podcasts. Good reviews there help us out as well. Like our Facebook page. A lot of people are listening on our personal Facebook pages. Go to our Play It By Ear Facebook page. Like the Facebook page there. That helps us out as well in the Facebook land.
Definitely.
Facebook
all
land.
these different ways.
Make sure you set those alarms for 3 a.m.
Exactly.
So
Be
you
the first.
Be the first to listen.
Jim says, good show, gents. Thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
from your input.
Yes.
All right. With that, I believe we're back on our usual Wednesday next week. Is that correct?
Yes.
So all of you who are thrown off tonight by us being on Tuesday, we will be back on our usual Wednesday next week. So join us then. Again, we appreciate all that you do for us. Go to our website, look around, and become a member.
Yeah, maybe we could clarify, just in case we have newer listeners. We typically, Wednesday is our night, but if one of us has something that we cannot get out of, for a Wednesday evening, we typically move it to whichever day works best. It's typically Tuesday or Thursday. So
or somewhere in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Usually on Wednesday.
Never on Mondays and never on Fridays, it seems.
There you go. Or the weekends.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, Todd, take us out.
Peace, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.